Hey everybody, welcome to my new comic book day pickup video for March 18th, 2020. These are the books I picked up this week with a budget of $35 in mind. Pretty big week this week as far as the budget goes. I'll let you know at the end if I made it or not. But first, if this is your first time visiting this channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. And as always, I start off with Marvel. The only book I picked up from Marvel this week, which is in my sub box, is X-Force number 9. In this issue, we revisit a place called Terra Verde, which had signed a treaty with the Krakoan nation under like some extreme circumstances in earlier issues. Now the place has gone dark, and the X-Force have to go and investigate. This leads to some unexpected discoveries about the place. So it's a pretty good read. I enjoyed it. It's written by Ben Percy with art by Joshua Cassara. I'm going to continue to pick this up. Like I said, this is on my pull list. And also, I think it's one of the best of the Dawn of X books. Alright, that's it for Marvel. So I'm going to go on to DC. From DC, I picked up Batman number 91. In this issue, you got Batman battling Deathstroke. You got Harley and Catwoman battling a Jokerized GCPD. And this is all due to the plans of a villain called the Designer. Seems like a really interesting villain. I guess he got introduced a couple issues ago in like 89. Had his cameo in 90, had his first full appearance. This story is written by James Tynion IV with art by Raphael Albuquerque and Pagu Layan. Like I said, this is a good read. I like the Designer, and actually I just actually added this to my pull list because I guess the Joker Wars are going to be coming soon in like issue 95. So I don't want to miss that. So like I said, adding it to the pull list. Alright, next book from DC. I got Hell Arisen, number 4, Final Judgment. This issue, you find out, well, you got Lex's crew, his group of villains, battling the Batman Who Laughs and his group of villains. So you get the final outcome of that. You also find out what happens to Lex and what happens to the Batman Who Laughs. And this is all leading into Death Metal, the upcoming series coming from Capullo and Snyder, I believe. This book was written by James Tynion IV with art by Steve Epting. Enjoyed it. I didn't read the first 2 issues, so I guess those were pretty much setup issues. I don't think I really needed to read it to see what was going on. But this one was pretty good. Next book, also from DC. Big week for DC for me. I got Deceased Unkillables, number 2. This is a story about what happened to the villains that were not showcased during Deceased miniseries that came out a few months ago. So we got the Red Hood and let's see who else. Deathstroke. You see what's happening with them. And pretty much they're holed up in a like a sanctuary, a building in which they have kids in, and they're just staying in there with James Gordon trying to protect themselves. Actually, Deathstroke is in another location, but he does end up in that location with some other villains that join them, such as Bane and Solomon Grundy. So pretty much it shows how this group, they become tighter throughout time. They grow to work with each other, become friendly with the kids, until the end where something happens that tears this whole place apart. So it's written by Jonathan Taylor with art by Mostert. Really enjoyed this read. Looking forward to number 3. Alright, final book from DC. I got Nightwing number 70, and I picked this book up because Mark Spector, he went through his best bets of the week, and this was a book that was trending. It was hot. So I wanted to see what it was about, and since it was on the shelf, I picked it up because it was there for cover price. Vice paying, I think they showed it on eBay for like $30 or something like that. And I wasn't going to pay $30 for a book. But luckily it was in there in my shop and I picked it up. Basically, you got the Joker going around town. He's trying to find Nightwing and I guess kill him. I don't know what he's doing with Nightwing. But in the past, I haven't been reading Nightwing, but I know the story because the last issue of Nightwing I got is when he got shot in the head. He lost his memory and then he became Rick Grayson. And apparently there's some lady who was using a crystal to change his memory, so he thought he was raised by the Talons to become a Talon instead of Bruce Wayne. Well, he has a crystal now. Nightwing has a crystal now. And in the end, the Joker gets his hands on this. So this is all a lead into what's going to happen with the Joker Wars. So pretty good read. It wasn't something that I was, trying to get, or something I have on my pull list, but I thought I'd check it out. It's written by Dan Jurgens with art by Benjamin. So that's it for my DC books. Let's go on to my indies. And next book I picked up was Something is Killing the Children, number 6. It's written by James Tynion IV. He's writing a lot of books. He wrote The Hell Arisen. He's writing Batman. It's got art by Werther Dell'Edera. Pretty good read. This continues the story after the main character last issue killed the main beast. But you find out in this issue that this beast has children that she's going to have to deal with. Also, the group in which she comes from is conspiring against her. So it's getting interesting again. So I really enjoy this read. Going to keep on picking it up. Got it on my pull list. All right, next book. This is from a new publisher. It says AWA, also Upshot. You see over here, I got the Upshot Now, which previews these books in black and white. So I got to read this book before it came out, and this is The Resistance. It's number 1 of 6. It's written by J. Michael Straczynski with art by Mike Deodato Jr. And this book is pretty much a setup issue for this universe, because you got this virus. You got this virus that's spreading throughout the planet. If you watch the news, you pretty much see the same thing. But this virus is 100% contagious and 95% fatal. So the 5% that do not die from this seem to develop powers. And it's kind of like if you guys read Naomi, her parents, the way their origin story was, it's the same way. And I believe there's a book that came out earlier last year, another indie book, which dealt with the same thing, where if you didn't die of the virus, you got superpowers. So this is a good read. It's setting up. You get new government set up because of this virus, and you get new heroes and villains being introduced because of this virus. So real good read. Enjoyed it. I'm glad I got it. I'll definitely check out number 2. It's kind of weird. It's a limited series, only one, going up to 6 issues. I guess they'll branch out from there with the different characters that get introduced. All right, next book I got, also from the AWA Upshot series, is Archangel, number 8, written by Michael Morici with art by C.P. Smith. This also was a good read. I got to preview it also. So out of the 4 books, Resistance and Archangel, Red Border, they showed full previews in this Upshot Now book over here. And these 2 I enjoyed the most. They had a little introduction of the Hotel book that came out this week. So I didn't really get into it. But this one, it's about an assassin getting put on a job to, I guess, protect somebody. But he has to kill somebody to protect them. And somebody is using that to go after him. So it's kind of weird. It's really a setup issue, but these assassins and stuff, they're otherworldly. Like the guy who puts this guy on a mission is named Gabriel, and I'm assuming that's the Saint Gabriel. And yeah, pretty good read. Enjoyed it. Definitely check out number 2 to see what's going on. And the final book I picked up, an indie book. And this is, it's not on the cover. Hold on one second. I got the Unlock Retailer variant. This is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 4 of 5. Honestly, I saw this was the last one on the shelf. I like the cover, so I decided to pick it up. That's the only reason I picked it up. And surprise, this is the reason why I didn't make my budget this week. If I didn't pick up this book, well, I'll explain something. If I didn't pick up this book, I would have made my budget on new books. But this book, it has the, let's see, it's got the first team appearance of the Ninja Rangers, the first team appearance of the Turtle Rangers, and you got the Battle of Ninja Rangers and Turtle Rangers versus the Green Ranger Shredder. So I had to pick it up because I enjoyed that cover. Although if I didn't, I would have made my new book budget. But with that being said, I did pick up 26 50-cent back issue bin books this week. So I spent $13 on back issue bin books. So I went over my budget by a good amount. Probably I think about $15 or $16. But yeah, I guess it's going to happen. This last 2 weeks haven't been too good for me as far as my budget goes. But that's all right. So that's it. Those are the books I picked up this last week. Pretty good stack. Pretty good reads too. I enjoyed a bunch of them. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, like I said before, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell for notifications, sharing the video, leave comments below of what on the books you guys picked up this week. Also check out my Instagram at icollectalot. I got a link in the description below. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you again later. All right. Bye.